Hey, what's up? My name is Jam. Welcome to this week's review of the Real Houses of Nairobi. This was episode 11, the finale. They wrapped filming because, someone tried to kill Dr. C. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, support a bitch.
Support me, bitch!
Yep, this week, someone else tried to kill Dr. C. Ooh, poor Dr. C. She was under the table again. Anyway, let's start from the beginning, okay? There wasn't much this episode, but there was something. Mine and Dr. C met up. They were going shopping, and remember they're going to Nanyuki, so they wanted to get some clothes for the safari. When they met up, they talked about two things. They talked about the Zena situation, and they also talked about Dr. C saying anything about Charles. So they started with that. Mine was like, did you say this about Charles? And Dr. C assured me, I have never had a conversation with Rejah about Charles. Do I believe that? I believe that she's never had a conversation with Rejah. But I don't believe that she's never had a conversation with someone else about Charles. Because even Mine has said, Dr. C loves to dig. So I'm pretty sure she tried to find information about Mine, about Charles. And this is why I think it was very smart for Mine to end this small beef or dead it, because I think Mine knew, oh, maybe she's found something about Charles, and I wouldn't want Dr. C to blab it, especially in front of cameras. And I'm saying this because we saw it last season at the reunion when Susan was like, do you want us to talk about you being in the wash gang, allegedly? And Susan and Dr. C were like bouncing off each other when it came to that story. So I feel like Minnie was very smart to dead that beef with Dr. C, because she didn't want Dr. C to keep on talking about Charles. Honestly, that's the only reason I feel Minnie was like, let's end this. Oh, I love you. And Dr. C was like, I love you too. I feel like that was the only reason that Minnie ended. It was like, I don't want you to talk about my husband anymore. Whatever you found out, I don't want you to talk about it. And plus, Dr. C, there's a dig that she said. She's like, a few episodes back, I do legitimate business in Kenya, so I'm bound to have problems when it comes to Shylocks or loans or things like those. So I feel that's the reason why Minnie was quick to end that story, which was smart. And I feel like that's how you deal with Dr. C. You don't react. You find a way to just kumzima, shut her down. That's the smart way of dealing with Dr. C. But if you react, you're just falling into Dr. C's trap. They talk about the Zena situation, and Minnie was like, listen, you bring in a coffin, it was too much. A coffin means death, funeral, burial. So for Minnie's perspective, the coffin was a bit too much. I get what she was saying, I get it. But was the coffin funny? It was funny. For me, it was funny. Dr. C explains why she called Zena a killer. Zena called Dr. C a witch, which she's not a witch. We all know in some communities, in some cultures, some environment, when you're called a witch, most probably you will be killed. We've seen it. We've seen it in movies. We've seen it in real life. We've seen it. If you're called a witch, you will be hunted and killed. So that's what Dr. C meant. You called me a witch. You are going. In short, you get what Dr. C was trying to say. You're calling me a witch. If people take this seriously, they're gonna hunt me and kill me. So that's what Dr. C was like, yes, I had to get the point across. Was it graphic? It was. But I had to get the point across. So I didn't mean that she actually kills women. I just mean when she calls me a witch, she's okay with me being killed. That's it. She asked Mine to make sure that the trip is a success. And she doesn't want any beef with anyone. She doesn't want any problems with anyone. Mine says she tells Dr. C don't trust Zena. So I'm not sure what happened, because she said Zena is sneaky. But I'm guessing this has to do with Tiki. Mine's and Charles' friends. And again, Mine and Charles, they know Tiki very well. They know Tiki more than Zena. They know the ins and outs of Tiki. So So I think I believe Mine when she said Zena was sneaky. I believe Mine when it comes to that. I actually loved the scene. I loved the interaction. I loved how Mine was smart about it. It was good. And Mine was like, listen, Dr. C, when you did this, it was wrong from her perspective, but also Zena's reaction was a bit too much. So Mine was okay. When it came to this scene, I liked how Mine handled it. So I remember the trip that they were going to. So they all met up at the airport, and then Zena was the last one to come. When I tell you Zena was not feeling this trip, Zena came in with some black raggedy jeans and a crop top. Her hair was looking a mess, no makeup. Like I don't think Zena wanted to come to this trip, but it's filming, so she had to come. So when Zena got there, they were toasting, and I feel like Zena was number one embarrassed. And then number two, she was like, wait, Dr. C is cool with Mine and Vera. They're talking and they're laughing. So I feel she felt like they were betraying her. Because remember, she loves an audience. That's why she couldn't even speak. Because she loves that. She loves it when you're ganging up on someone. Instead of just standing alone, she loves it when you're ganging up on someone. So when she saw that Vera and Mine are now cool with Dr. C, it really threw her off. She was really pissed. She went and sat alone while they were cheers. And Dr. C was like, she's a grown-ass woman. I don't have to tell her to come here. She saw that we were doing a cheers. If she doesn't want to stay, she's a grown-ass woman. I also know where we see Tiki coming. He talked to Zena for a bit, and then we see Mine taking Tiki and calling Dr. C and like telling Dr. C, just assure him that his girl is gonna be okay. And Dr. C like, who's your girl? Zena is my girl. Since when? Since. Even everybody looks shocked that Zena and Tiki are dating. Why? We don't know, because no one is really saying anything. But Charles said that Tiki gets bored really fast with the women. Mine has said, I'm not saying it's going to end in prevailing tears, but Vera's confessionals when it comes to Tiki and Zena is just like, oh, they're together. They're together. Like, I don't know what's going on, but clearly this Tiki and Zena is not going to end well. While Dr. C and Tiki are talking, here comes Zena, pulls Tiki and goes and sits with him. Like, I feel like Zena acts so childish sometimes and so immature. Even Mine was like, what is this? Why are you acting like this? It was so immature and everything. They get on, Tiki left, and then they get on the plane. While they're on the plane, Rejah was acting like she's so scared. Not acting, like she was really scared. And Vera and Mine in the confession like, oh, you fly to Dubai. How can you be so scared of flying? I understood exactly how Rejah was feeling, because she even said, I'm used to flying business class or first class. Like, that plane was small. You can literally feel everything. So, and again, just because you're afraid of heights or afraid of flying doesn't mean you cannot get on a plane. A lot of people do that. If you have to be somewhere, you have to be somewhere. You have to get on the plane. A lot of people walk around in the streets scared of things, but you still have to do it. We don't have that privilege of like, oh no, you can't teleport, so you can't use a train. You can't to go to Dubai. You can't swim, so you're gonna use that plane, whether you're scared of heights or not, or whether you're scared of flying or not. So yeah, anyway, I got why Rejah was scared, and I understood her. They get there, they had some drinks set up for them. They had the drinks, and then I think they drove to where they were going to stay, and then there was a nice spread set up for them. So there was a table, and there was some lunch. They sat down and they ate, and then of course the Dr. C and Zena situation started. And Dr. C started with, you brought gifts, and you were calling me a witch, and the gifts were basically symbolizing witchcraft things. And then before she could continue, Rejah interjected and was like, no, she that's not what she meant. She was just bringing gifts, like for traditional wedding. And I was like, Rejah, shut up. This girl has been calling her a witch. She's still calling her a witch. She meant exactly what she said. So you're saying that it was a traditional wedding gifts. You're lying. Those are witchcraft things. Anyway, Dr. C explained to her, the reason I called you a killer is because you called me a witch, and women are killed because people hunt them and kill them. Zena was not hearing it. Zena was not in a position to listen to Dr. C, to be honest. She really wasn't, and I understand she was still pissed. Like, if she actually was like, okay, I understand, I would have said she was fake. So I understand that she was not in the position to even listen to Dr. C. So I was like, cool, fine, you're not in the position to listen. She threatened Dr. C and said, if you call me a killer one more time, this table will not stop, because there was a table in between. This table will not stop. And I was like, yeah, true. That table will not stop. That table will not stop. I felt Dr. C was poking a little bit and just kind of escalating by saying, oh, let me go check on my daughter, make sure that she's not being kidnapped. And I was like, Dr. C, you already finished this story a few episodes ago, so you bringing it up, you're really pissing her off even more. So at this point, you could have just kept quiet, Dr. C, because now you're aggravating her. Zena decides to start. No, actually, what's her name? Farah decides to, take Zena out of the equation so that everyone can calm down. And then Mine, Vera, and Rejah are trying to talk to Dr. C, like, stop provoking her and stop saying things that will piss her off. And Dr. C listened. They drove back to their rooms, and everyone got a good room. The only person who was complaining, to be honest, was Rejah. Rejah's like, I can pay for my own room. It was like, okay, fine, pay for your own room. She was the only person who was complaining. Everybody got a room. After everybody was situated in their rooms, I feel Vera and Mine went to check on Zena, and they're like, your moods are really down. What's up? What's going on? In the confessionals, both of them are saying, why did you come? Vera and Mine are like, why did you come if you didn't want to solve anything with Dr. C? And in my head, I'm like, she's not going to solve it the first day. She's not going to. This is the first time she's seeing her after that incident. So her being like, okie dokie, on the first day, it would be fake. Give her time, to be honest. She was really pissed off. As much as it was too much, she was still angry. So she can't reconcile with someone immediately. But I also get what Akina Vera was saying. She wasn't feeling like talking to them also, because like I said, I feel she was pissed off. Like, Vera and Mine were okay with Dr. C. She wanted them to be mad at Dr. C. But she came to find out, these guys are cool. So I don't think she wanted them she wanted to talk to them. So she just told them, I'm gonna sleep, shower, sleep. I'm not gonna see you guys tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So Zena, after this, we didn't see her. She didn't turn up for the dinner that they had later on. Dr. C and Farah also had their one-on-one moments, and they talked, and they were cool also. Vera and Mine went and got a massage. Of course, they talked about the ladies. They just basically said Zena, they don't trust Zena. Rejah is also a confused fellow. Farah, they're cool. Dr. C is just Dr. C, right? And then after that, they decided it was dinner time. So everyone came except Zena. Zena was like, I'm not coming. So they showed us a clip of her in her room eating. She was not feeling it. So who came in first? Dr. C, of course, and Farah came in first. Farah was looking beautiful. Farah looks really nice. And then Mine came. And by the way, Mine was looking nice this episode. Mine came and sat down. And then they talked. Mine and Farah talked. And Farah was like, listen, I heard that you were putting crowns on me. And you were trying to pin the flowers on me. And Mina was like, listen, no, I was just crowning you, and I crowned you the queen of meanness, but I apologize for being late, but anything after that was not my fault, so I'm not apologizing for anything else. And I was like, Mina, you owe Farah more than that. You were touching her, you were mean to her, you were late, and you were rude to her. So you owe her more than that. But anyway, that's Mina. I don't think she'll take accountability. Maybe she'll take accountability during the reunion if we're having a reunion, but she only apologized for being late. She didn't apologize for being rude, and she has been constantly rude to Farah. And in her confession, she was like, Farah was looking really nice. Give me her body, but do not give me her face. A few episodes ago, you were saying her body looks like a man. See jealousy? You see jealousy? It shows itself. Because Farah does have a cute body. Farah has an amazing body. And this is a few episodes ago, you were calling her a man. She looks like a man. Now you want her body. Next time you'll say you want her hair. Jealousy. Anyway, Vera came in, and then who came in? Rejah. I don't know. Rejah also came in. Rejah looks like, you see how Rejah keeps saying she has money, I can pay for this, I go for this, I buy for this, and then Rejah comes in looking like a hobo. And I know Rejah style is amazing. She owns a clothing line, and everyone says she has amazing style. So I don't know why she keeps dressing up like this. Anyway, Rejah came, they had their food, and then this is where the saga started. Mine asked Rejah, Rejah, you've been saying some things that Dr. C has said. What did Dr. C say about Vera? It's like, I don't remember. What did she say? And Vera said, you said that Dr. C said I'm an escort and that she usually introduces me to men. At this point, anybody calling Vera an escort, it's how can I say it? It's over and done with. Everybody knows who Vera is. Everybody knows what Vera used to do. Now you calling her an escort, it's boring. It's like, find something else to insult Vera with. And she's already said you cannot shame the shameless. She's already shown you that. So at this point, calling Vera an escort, it's done and dusted. Rejah said that she doesn't remember Dr. C saying that, and then Dr. C said, I never say that, and also it's character assassination because I am not a pimp. Again, we go back to Madam P. She said, I am not a pimp, so I wouldn't know what Vera is doing. And I don't think Vera is dumb enough to use Dr. C. We've all seen Dr. C has a big mouth, so I don't think Vera is dumb enough to even use Dr. C. So I don't think that's what Dr. C said. I really do not think so. Rejah was also stammering, and Mine and Vera started to believe Dr. C and not believe Rejah. And then Dr. C also said, I never said Charles was a driver. Rejah was stammering, to be honest. Rejah was really stammering. And then Dr. C brought up, were you doing drugs at my house? Because my house help found you doing some stuff, and she even told you to clean up. And Rejah was like, what are you talking about? Now, I don't think Rejah was doing any drugs, to be honest. I don't think she was doing any drugs. I don't think she was, to be honest. I really don't. But the way Dr. C was saying it with so much conviction, like, my house help said that you should clean some stuff, you should clean your things. The way Rejah explained it is, she has sinuses, she was feeling cold that day, and there's something else. The ladies keep saying, Rejah is always cold, Rejah always has a scarf on her head. This girl is from doing chemotherapy. Like, it's like you guys are not giving her grace when it comes to that. She's from doing chemotherapy. So maybe she's going through a lot of withdrawals or side effects or something like that. Anyway, Rejah explained, I have sinuses. I kept blowing my nose. Maybe that's what your house help saw. Not saying that I was doing drugs. Now, Rejah should have explained it like that. Instead, Rejah got so mad, so aggravated, she took a glass and smashed it on the table. Again, who is sitting next to you? The pregnant lady, Mine. You guys don't even consider this woman is pregnant. You could hurt her. So they didn't consider that part. And then the glass that she threw ended up cutting Farah's, because Farah was sitting next to Dr. C. Dr. C went under the table immediately. And when she threw the glass, she walked over to Dr. C and people stopped her. Actually, Vera is the one who actually held her. Mine ran away and was like, good, you're pregnant. You should not even be in this situation at all. One of the producers came and took Dr. C and they went outside. Rejah was sitting with Vera and Vera was telling her, that's not how you react. You guys just see, so you called me an escort and I didn't react like that. Why are you reacting the same? And Rejah is explaining, I had sinuses. Maybe the house saw that I left some tissues or something, and that's what she was saying. I clean up, but I'm not doing drugs. Rejah was really pissed, and I understand. Someone saying you're doing drugs is extreme. It really is extreme. But this is what I'm saying. You have to know how to handle Dr. C. You have to be very smart. And again, Dr. C, there are things you just don't blab out. You just don't blab out. You just don't throw such accusations out there. That was really wrong for Dr. C. To say that Rejah is doing drugs, it was really wrong. For me, it was really wrong. But then again, Rejah's reaction was too much. You could have played it smart. It was too much. I think Rejah was just told to go inside, and then Dr. C, Farah, Mine, and Vera went outside to sit. And that's when Farah was like, I'm hurt because one of the pieces of glass cut her arm. And they're talking like, now this violence is a bit too much. The violence is a bit too much. Vera in her confession is like, okay, it's a pattern. It's the new ladies who are so violent. And I was like, Vera, you wanted to beat up Sonal last season and you were pregnant. So let's just say the violence is extreme. The violence is extreme, but yeah, the Rejah and Zena, yeah, your violence is a bit too much. They showed the disclaimer that filming wrapped after that, and as Rejah will no longer be on the show. I don't think Rejah was kicked out of the show because of the violence. I think she was kicked out of the show because, you know, the defamation suit and her husband suing the show. So I think that's the only reason Rejah is not on the show. If it wasn't for that, Rejah would still be on the show because they let Zena come to this trip and Zena attacked a castmate. So that was really this week's episode. There wasn't really much this episode, and this was the final episode. It's sad that that's how it ended, especially since they were going on a trip. It would have been more, so it's really sad that's how it ended, but I guess that's how it's ended. That was this week's review. Let's wait for the reunion and see. Bye bye.